Alrighty folks, hello and welcome to Martinsville Speedway. My name is John Theodore, streaming live at twitch.tv/John Theodore Live. Recorded version of this broadcast at youtube.com/John Theodore. I want to thank you all very much for tuning in. We're going to be in the number 27, a red circle, 1987 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. This is a 100 lap race. Cautions are in effect, tire limits, although it's unlikely we're going to be pitting in this one. We'll see. Hopefully it's not a caution fest, but the one that I was in on Wednesday was. Did not perform well in that one. I had no practice. We have some practice here. So let's go out there and hopefully get a good run. First step's going to be trying to put this thing on pole.
Green flag. Hey man, let's knock out a couple good ones here.
I think that might do it. We'll see. That's a 6.49. Woohoo. Second quick. Dang it. Who beat me? Man, I really wanted it. Kurt got me. I was, whoa. Dude ran a 5.61. That's a serious time. Nice lap, Kurt.
Thank you, John.
All right. Oh, yeah, Dale Jr. is one of my favorite drivers of all time, too. It was so cool getting to run with him the other night.
5.62.
All right, well, not good enough for pole. Probably a little too high here in 1 and 2, if I'm being honest. And in 3 and 4. Definitely missed it in 3 and 4. Just by a bit. But we're starting second. Yeah, I don't know. We'll try to get a good jump.
What's the strength of field on the race?
I'm not seeing it right now. I'll let you know when I get in there.
Thank you, buddy. How do you check that?
I get it displayed on caps. There are some other plugins that probably get it too, so I'm assuming it's publicly exposed somewhere within the iRacing API. You just need something that displays the info.
Gotcha.
Hey Jesse, are you the same Jesse in the ARCA League?
Yes, sir.
And you're up front. Do you suck at anything, or you just win every race you get into?
Yep, I suck at a lot of things, man.
We all got our strengths and weaknesses.
That's what she said.
Heyo.
Just not iRacing. Oh,
Just not iRacing.
All right.
What brake cars are you guys running?
Actually curious. I'm running 47.6.
I think I'm around 47.
Yep, that's what Jesse's doing.
What a lap by Kenny Thompson. That's my boy.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Woohoo!
All right, here we go.
Good line up on the outside.
Good luck,
The road
everybody.
closed.
All right, let's do the pledge here. I pledge to be a good sport, whether I win or lose, to know that people online are real people and my words have real impact. to set a positive example with my behavior, to speak up against discrimination, hate speech, harassment, and abuse, to show integrity by honoring the rules of my opponents and my teammates, to stop, listen, and reassess if I'm told that my words or actions are harmful, and to respect others, even if their sincere opinions are different from my own. Exclamation mark GLHF on my Twitch channel chat. Link in the description below this video if you would like to take the pledge yourself and be part of making online gaming a better, more pleasant place for everyone involved. Alright, here we go.
From my understanding, if the line doesn't exist, it'll play the Australian spotter line.
Go into your sound settings and you can turn it off.
Is that the iRacing spotter? Because I changed it to a Russian guy, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, like normally my spotter 99% of the time is the Jimmy Johnson cut pack, but like at the beginning of the race, this guy comes on and starts yelling at me.
Yeah, just go into the sound settings and you can turn it down in there.
All
Or
right.
turn it off.
100
All right,
laps.
I'll have to look into that a little deeper. Thank you, man.
Starting second.
But
My
Jimmy Johnson
biggest
pack is
worry
part
right
of
now
iRacing, right? So you're using
is
the
just that we
iRacing
don't get
system
enough
with
green
just
flag
using
laps for
different
me
sound bites,
to
right?
get an opportunity to make a pass.
Yeah, so when I go to my spotter choices, you know...
First objective is going to be to get down to the inside.
And have a good run.
And then we're going to have to try to figure out a way to get around Kurt. Hopefully we don't get challenged by Kenny or Jesse behind me.
Spotter as well. I just got to look at it. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know.
And yes, the
I
plan
thought you were
the
using
plan is to
PC
win
or
this
something
deal.
Like that. If you're using the iRacing one,
Line up
Strength of
behind
field.
the safe car.
Yeah, you still go into sound, and you have to default it so it cuts off.
Strength of field, by the way, for the guy who asked earlier, is 2257. 2257.
Thanks, man.
in with the big boys today.
Guys, please give each other room. I think we had 20 green flag laps the last one I did.
All of our supporters, everybody that's with us here today.
Yeah, they've
and all the
been
great fans that are
messy,
here. We got a
so,
fantastic crowd. Beautiful
you know,
day for a race. I hope you enjoy it.
we're just going to have to know that and be ready to pounce here right from the get-go.
Slide back in that seat. Get something to drink. Get ready to go here. Pace car's off. Be ready. Green flag. Pit road is open. Inside. Still inside. Still there. Still there at your door. Clear, clear, clear. Inside. Inside's clear.
Thanks, bud.
So we drop back to third. Not what we wanted.
Outside. Clear high. Caution, caution.
And there's a
caution.
yellow. Not surprised.
Kind of talk me through what's going on again. Closed.
Monaco of NASCAR Q is
I said
important,
about that
right?
first lap. We went 3 wide. The guy got underneath me and I had nowhere to go. Stuck in the middle of you two.
They could be lining up behind at 5.
Check up, check up.
Pit road is open.
I don't know what happened there with the 8. Somebody got loose in front of
Line
him.
up
I was
behind
trying to check
the
out.
5.
Slid in there a little bit.
Or the 8 paint scheme, I don't know what number.
Alright.
I mean, you just drove it off in there and killed me, bud. But it's all good.
Hey, are we limited on sets of tires in this race?
Listen to your spotter when you get in the car, it'll tell you.
You have 2 sets of tires in the pits.
I thought that's what it was, thanks.
That's exactly what that Australian guy tells me. That's what he says. You know, 2 sets of tires.
When's the last time you downloaded an update for the spotter pack? Do you have the latest one?
To be honest with you, the last one I did was this new Dale Jr. one, and I've been running that for a while, and it was doing the same shit. And then tonight I just switched back before the race to the Jimmy Johnson one, so it does the same thing. It only happens like once or twice a race. Definitely on the grid, the iRacing spotter comes on and tells me how many tires I have. I know that for sure.
It's probably because they don't.
Yeah, that's just so the way that it works is that it does a one-to-one replacement on individual audio files, and they probably just don't have an audio file for informing the driver of the number of tire sets they have for those spotter packs.
All right, guys, we've had a great weekend so
Yeah, that's what I
far.
was gonna say.
It's a beautiful day for a race. So remember, just like we spoke about,
Gotcha.
it's all about
That
the
makes
details,
sense.
making things a non-issue.
They want you to
Nice
know that
fluid on the
information.
fuel, nice
So they
fluid
get
on
it
the
to you
whatnot,
through
nice fluid on
an
the racetrack
Australian
and the
or
pit
whatever
calls.
you
Really, you
choose.
do a good job up there, and I think we're all in store for a finish.
Right? Yeah, they default to they default back to the iRacing as
That
a
thing filled up
fallback
again.
if
Ready to
there's
rock and roll,
no
man?
file.
Pace cars off. Be ready.
Red, gotcha.
Green.
Didn't have the start that I wanted there.
Yellow.
Of course.
So what you got going on out there, bud? Closed. Pit road's closed.
Really need to be on the restarts
All right,
here.
guys, pay attention because I think there was cars that probably didn't cross the start-finish line, and everyone's going to get fucked up here for a minute.
Saturday 18, I don't know
Alright,
if
we
you
need to be
meant
behind
to
the
do
five.
what. I
The
didn't mean
road is
to get
open.
you.
No, that was my fault. The car just got really loose and I just
Don't mind
couldn't
it
hold
behind
on
the
to
five.
it.
Hey, you guys should be good. That looks okay. Let us all around the pace car.
Alright, good deal.
Pace car's on the front stretch.
Yeah, we're good. It looks like everyone got by. Last night we had a wreck, like literally when the green flag came out, and half the field went a lap down.
That can happen.
I was in that one with you, with Trevor too.
Yeah. It's alright if a quickie caution comes out a lap or two later, it clears it up, but if it doesn't, it fucks a lot of people.
Does anybody have Trading Paints Pro where they can upload a custom number paint scheme?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I do, and it's messing up. I can't get my paint scheme to show up on my screen.
Try Control R, it like refreshes it.
Yeah, I have.
If that doesn't work, you may need to go into your iRacing document setting and just delete the paints that are there if it hasn't been flushing them out to force it to re-download new paints. Sometime.
I've like turned it on, turned it back on, made it download them, manually, and for some reason it won't show up on my screen.
One to go.
Yeah, every once in a while I've had Trading, like when I used to use Trading Paints and not the caps version of Trading Paints, it just sometimes it glitches out and you just have to wipe the paints for it manually, and sometimes that fixes it. I can't guarantee it'll fix it.
Yeah, it's only happened to me once, and I just deleted all the Trading Paints files I had on my computer, just reload.
Thanks,
downloaded.
Big Kid. Yeah, these are the Podium
That's what I was about to
esports
Okay.
gloves from Martinsports.
How about pace cars off?
Martinsports906.com. Use promo code GLOVES to get 20% off of your purchase, I think. I don't.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
It'll give you a discount.
Come on, guys.
Get a look at your temps to make sure everything looks okay.
Loose first. It gets loose.
Road is closed.
Coming out of the corner and restarts. Okay.
I think it's exclamation mark gloves to
Now it's going to be an issue.
get the
We gotta
promo
look
code to
this
show
up.
in Twitch chat. I think that's where I put it. Oh, I was look. Use code GLOVES at checkout for 25% off.
You won the last
How about
race.
that?
You can't be making those rookie mistakes.
Yeah, I'm a noob.
Yeah, Kenny, he's right, man.
Hey, just a consensus here. What wheels everybody running?
Steering, sir.
Did y'all wreck the fucking pace car too?
I usually run a Thrustmaster, the Ferrari Alcantara wheel, but I'm trying my Logitech wheel and it's crazy different.
Sir, I run a steering wheel.
Diddy one.
What Logitech wheel are you running?
Line up behind the pace car.
The 920.
Right on. Yeah, I ran a G27 for my first 2 years on the sim. It's a great wheel to start with. 920 is basically the same thing. I run a Fanatic CSL DD right now.
Yeah, my Thrustmaster wheel is miles ahead of this one, I think, and it's not even close to the Fanatec stuff.
There's kind of a pretty nice curve on sim racing equipment where price tends to track pretty well with quality. You get diminishing returns the higher up you go, obviously, but you know, like especially on the early part of the curve, it's pretty good bang for your buck. The higher you go, you just get whatever you can afford and what you feel comfortable spending, and just enjoy that.
Yeah, the main difference is the pedals. I mean, my Thrustmaster wheel is belt drive and it's smoother, but
Your
pedals
radio
are the
actually
thing that I
sounded
really
really
don't
strange
like
that
about
last
the
time you were talking to us.
Yeah.
Go back down there real quick and double check your connections, check your helmet.
Getting a load cell brake helps a ton, especially at tracks like Martinsville where threshold braking really matters.
I got a 920 and I absolutely hate the pedals to it. The brake is like a brick.
Did a really good job, man.
Awful.
Give those belts another tug real quick. All right, my man. Pace car's off. Be
Yeah, it's
ready.
like soft for the first like 50%, and then you push a little harder and you're sliding the front brakes.
Yeah, it makes you slide the wheels.
Green.
Yeah, I hear you. I've been on a G27 for years and I want to upgrade, but I don't know what to buy.
Did not get a great restart there. Let the front two get away.
Oh, my
But at least we're
Thrustmaster's
getting
pretty
some
good.
laps
And
now.
like I said, bang for the buck. It's the T300, and it's a lot better in my opinion, but not super expensive.
So the T500?
I got the Ferrari one, the Alcantara wheel, the T300.
Jesse going for the lead on Kurt.
See, my man, you put it on him.
Kurt's going to try to fight him. I want to get there so that I can make sure that I can get to the inside. Jesse locked him up.
The new ones are even better, I guess.
Kurt made the wise move there to not continue fighting that and cover the inside to not lose second place. Trying to roll the center. Well, I need to get a better launch off of these corners. to try to get down to the inside.
Inside. Still inside, even up, clear.
He stuck his nose in there. Nope, I just need to cover the bottom then. Better than I have been. Because I don't want to even give him the opportunity to try to dump me.
Look on the bottom.
Well, I lost it a little bit. I wasn't the only one. Might adjust the brake bias forward a little bit here, because that was worrisome. Need to let the rears cool down a little bit.
Go low.
Trying to run qualifying laps here to close back in on these two. While still, you know, I don't want to torch up the tires real bad, so. Now that we're settling into a little bit of a rhythm here, we're pulling up on these guys just a bit. I almost got the curb there. That was a miss on that lap.
Caution, caution.
And another yellow.
Save us a little here.
Kenny, what
Pull
are
your
you?
tires off, get your
We're
fans
going to
on.
do the opposite of what these
Zero
guys do.
closed.
That was a pretty good little run.
No, that was all me. So it was nice. Puddles and
I
I.
actually don't know if we want to do the opposite of what they do or
Zero is
not.
open.
Let me see. Well, if they're both gonna...
They're not as bad as they seem at first. Once you get them set up to where the hard part is just right where it starts walking up, but still not anything like my other ones.
I'm curious what you think of like a belt wheel versus a DD wheel for those who have upgraded to that.
Start looking for your sign. 5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Stop on the sign.
For me, the upgrade to a DD from a belt was as big as the upgrade from a gear to a belt.
Go, man, go, go, man, go, go, go.
I mean the other way around. The upgrade from a belt to a direct drive was as big as the upgrade from a gear to a
Line up
belt.
behind the 12.
Passing the pace car, what? I don't know what I just did. I don't know how I got it passing the pace car.
Alright, so we're going to have fresher tires for a little bit, and we've only got 3 cars to pass. We just need to keep the other guys behind us. We only got 2 tires, which is fine.
No, I'm on older tires here,
Get
so
behind the
as soon
12.
as I get a good opportunity to let you go, I will.
Yes, sir. Just understand I can't wait for you because he's going to be right on my bumper.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as I get a good chance to let you go, I'll first thing. I'm just trying to save a set for a little later.
He's probably going to decide.
Probably, but I ain't gonna fight him for it. I just want him to know that.
Appreciate that.
I had a 3-year hiatus
quick radio
from
check, please.
iRacing, and I'm
Give me a
really
measure
happy
going
about
into
these cars. They're so much fun to
Do
drive.
one more time. I got a big TV screen behind us.
Yeah, they're really fun. And the
we're gonna be on the
Buick's coming out
outside this time.
in a couple weeks, too.
Why do I have to let the pace car by again? What the heck's going on?
I didn't know about that. That's badass.
Give those belts a good tug too, bud.
I
Get ready to
wouldn't
go.
wait on the pace car. You're going on
Pace car's off. Be ready.
It's telling me inside line now. It was telling me to wait on the pace car.
Ready. Green, 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 green.
You're heading one.
Sorry, guys.
Outside.
Man, mine's glitching out bad.
Clear.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. No problem.
Black flag for that. Yeah, I got it passing the leader and passing the pace car somehow.
That's it, my man. Let's get him.
Teach me to spin out.
Outside. Still out there. Oh, yeah. In. Clear high, clear high.
Thank you.
Sorry, 13.
You're going to be caution. Pit road
Didn't want
is
that.
Closed.
At least that'll help my
All right,
1
you're going to
minute
have to come
penalty a
around
little
the
bit.
pace car. Line up behind the tree.
Keep those tires as cool as I can.
Thanks, Grant, for not dumping me there.
I was having fun with Doma.
Pit road is open.
And he's going to pit road. All right, we'll take that.
Sorry that last restart, guys. I thought I was in third and I was in second. And I fucking roasted the rear tire.
We're going to have a lap down car coming.
Sorry about this caution. I let off the brake and rolled the center and got into 13.
It's amazing what happens when you roll the center.
9.
I bet I can restart in third.
Yeah, you let
Get
off
a
the
real
brake
good run.
and everybody's still on it, and yeah, way more speed than everybody else.
That could be really good, actually.
I run these cars a lot, and I try to help people out because I like people running this series, and a lot of people don't really know how to drive the car, and I try to teach them that. I don't care what track you're on, besides Daytona and Talladega, you gotta let these fucking things roll.
They hate the brake pedal.
That their YouTube channel is a pretty good source of information on how to drive these things, too.
Yeah, slow in, fast out.
John, I need to send you a friend request, dude. You're like full of knowledge.
Well, my iRacing friend list is pretty full, but yeah, hit me up on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
Of course he's full of knowledge. He's #1 in this race.
Don't sleep on them Clapper boys.
Yeah, I've been #1 in quite a few races, and I don't know shit.
Whole lot of
I hear that.
good drivers in this field.
We're on one to go.
So John, how realistic is this sim compared to actually getting out there on these tracks?
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on now. There seems to be a misconception.
Coming 23?
I have been... My only on-track experience is I drove a late model in Irwindale one time, but the sim's pretty cool.
Base goes off. Be ready.
Here, 23. We're supposed to be on the inside.
Green flag, green flag. Everybody's rolling. Ah, there you go. Clean track, bud.
I guess he doesn't have a mic. Thanks. Give me another black flag. Which is funny because I let him by before the line.
I don't think I've ever wheel spin that bad.
I think they do that on the green, not on the line.
Did anybody catch that? Like, what did I do wrong?
We'll go low, 11.
Third gear seemed to work on that restart pretty well.
Take it in the water.
Thank you.
Don't really want to buzz those rear tires. You need that grip as the run goes on, so you want to keep them cool.
Yellow's out. Can you see the pit side now?
Dude, the fact that you didn't just absolutely destroy your car is unbelievable. Nice job.
Alright, looks like you're going to be lining up behind 11.
Alright, now you're left.
Line up behind the pace car.
Outside 50.
Pit road is open.
Stay up. Probably done pitting for the race. It'll be less than 50 to go. No lucky dog this time. So you got 23 is 5 down, the 15 is 7 down now.
I love the AI in this game. I spin myself out in the corner now. I'm 7 laps down.
That is unfortunate.
John, what does your Facebook profile look like?
It's me in I think a purple hoodie with sunglasses, and the profile pic on the background is the Corey Bush car.
Sending you a DM.
Right on, thanks, sir.
To whoever asked the question, how close this is to real life setting in a race car, I used to work at Stewart House Racing as a fabricator, and Boyer told me it is the closest thing you can get to having your ass in a car without having the feel in your ass.
What did he say about it when you get like a motion rig or something? Did he try that out and say how close the butt feel was in the motion rigs?
So Ford has the motion rig, and he said it is he felt like iRacing is more off your eyes, even if you have a motion rig, but whatever Ford has, obviously they spend millions of dollars on that. It was a little closer, but he said iRacing's damn close.
I could be on the outside this time.
Right on, man.
Pretty cool. I imagine the only difference is then is the G-forces.
I mean, the one thing that I've always said is that when it comes down to replicating what the competition aspect is like, it's 100% accurate, because the competition in this is just as intense as it is in real life. That's replicated.
Get those tires cleaned off real well. Oh man, pace car.
Well, according to him, he said competition-wise, if you get in a good room like this one seems to be, it's more accurate.
Green flag, green flag.
Spin over front.
Caution.
Another yellow.
Yeah, I think the VR is the biggest jump to make it realistic.
All right, we need to be behind the 12.
Right on. Yeah, I've got Trips, which Trips does a pretty decent job at least giving your peripheral vision.
11.
I have 2 extra monitors to make a triple monitor, but I don't have enough room on my desk is my problem.
I can't even race on screens anymore just because I got so used to having the depth perception.
Yeah, having that depth perception would be cool. I haven't tried VR yet. I kind of don't want to spoil myself and then have to go back to something that I like less.
Yeah, there's no comparison. The only thing that I don't like about it is the thing strapped to your face and not being able to see, but immersion-wise, it's awesome.
I apologize for that, guys. I got distracted talking and didn't realize I needed to catch up to the pace car.
VR is amazing. It's definitely the best. I think the motion rig, they say, makes you slower, though, just because it's shaking you around, so being precise is more difficult.
The road is open.
Yeah, I have one, it does.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on what's more important to you, being the absolute, like, getting that last little bit or having the immersion in the experience.
Lucky dog, outside.
I'd also wager you can probably tune those settings so that the shake doesn't slow you down, but you still get the feedback that you need, because at the end of the day, it's the feedback that you want.
Yeah.
I got to sit in one of the stupid expensive simulators at like some computer gaming place. Didn't have the motion, but like the pedal, like I tried Martinsville, and like, I mean, you had to put some serious force into the brake and throttle to get it to respond. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, one of the best pieces of advice I can give you guys is, like, in terms of where to spend your money, is almost no matter what you have in terms of like how much you've got your wheels and your pedals for, it's worth investing in some type of solution or rig, whatever it is, that allows you to bolt everything down so that it's anchored and isn't moving around or sliding around on you.
Yeah, I think pedals are as important as the wheel.
If you can only upgrade one thing, definitely upgrade your pedals first and wheel second. Also, a tip on how to make your wheel last longer is turn your force feedback settings down a little bit. The point of force feedback isn't to yank the wheel out of your hands. It's when you wreck, it's to give your fingertips feedback and details so that you get information faster about what the car's doing and can therefore adjust your driving accordingly.
One to go. Wait to get
Totally agree with that. Your brain's a hell of a lot faster than your computer is.
Yeah. I actually, if anyone wants more detail, a while back I actually wrote an article about sim racing equipment and stuff like that. It's pretty comprehensive. That is on the podiumesports.com website.
I need an article about brake
easy on those tires, remember? Pace cars off.
That's 42% everywhere except for here, basically.
There's a few tracks, but yeah.
Green flag. Everybody's rolling.
Thank you for that follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the family. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the family. Got 40 to go. Trying to drive away a little bit at a time. Don't want to even let him get close enough to touch the bumper. Even if it was by accident. Just don't want that to be a possibility.
Got one wrecking.
Real smooth. Ah, man, we're yellow again.
How are you doing there, bud?
My goodness. All right, so gotta proceed and get caught up to the pace car.
Yeah, with the motion rig, the thing is, there's a lot of fine-tuning and setup I think you have to do to make it feel right. And it takes a lot. It's not just a plug-and-play type deal.
Yeah, most boutique electronics equipment isn't just plug-and-play, and sim racing equipment definitely falls into that category. The more you spend on stuff, the more you should expect to invest in terms of time on setup.
I built mine with an Arduino and some wheelchair motors and stuff, and it took, but yeah, once I had it done, it was just getting it set up, and I actually ended up frying my speed controls before I got it completely set up, so I haven't got around to fixing it.
Right on.
Speed control, how are you using?
Lowers 144P and Mia Rob, thank you for the follows. Appreciate you.
Control.
Private Morningwood, I have no idea what Brad was trying to say. Well, I do, but...
What the hell are you using those for?
Alright, well, we're under caution, so let's dive into it real quick. So, Brad made what was effectively just a kind of blanket negative statement about, or like that seemed to be the overall intent of it, about higher education, you know, undergraduate degrees at colleges and universities, whatever you want to call it. Just I forget exactly what the phrasing was.
Talking about speed control, I don't know if you got some operation down on your right foot. I want to get some information on it.
There's a...
I heard speed control, I was looking at RC cars.
Like, kind of like a specific ideological movement. I don't know if it's just in America, but like within America is where I've noticed it.
Really, they're not
that
all
is
complicated once you get down to it.
You know, just kind of like a collective pushback against academia. It seems to be largely rooted in
so back to,
sentiment that academia is an elitist bubble that produces and declares as conclusive fact things that a lot of folks don't like to hear, so they lash back at academia in general. I don't know if that's what Brad's motivation was, but I noticed that there's an overlap between certain political ideologies that have something against academia, because the findings of a lot of academic institutions tend to cut against their political arguments, if that's fair and makes sense, without getting into characterizing the political arguments one way or the other. So, yeah, their solution is to just say, just ignore everything that's coming out of those places and discredit the source rather than addressing the specific things. So, yeah, I don't know if that was the case. I personally think that academia and the peer-reviewed research that's done in academia has a lot of value. And I kind of said as much in the thread. We're going back green.
My uncle's raced both the paths up here in Washington, and they're cars like these, Bonnies and stuff.
Green flag.
And with VR, it's pretty close.
I know Boyer's a squirrel, but he loved it.
Boyer ain't a squirrel.
Looks like Jason got a little bit loose behind us there that time. Maybe tag the wall a little bit coming off 4. This is pretty nuts right here. Both of us are driving so hard right now. That was too much.
Caution, caution.
Alright, we get a little break.
You're fucking brain dead.
Has the pace car here.
We're
We're going to have 20 plus laps to go.
Alright, we need to be behind the tree. Looks like you'll be lining up
11, we
behind
would
the
have made
15.
it through if you didn't try to gain every position you could through a wreck.
What was that?
Lining up behind the pace car. The road is open.
Yeah, I didn't think anyone was pitting. Rooman18, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome to the family. We all thought about it.
Jason, looks like you got stuff for him. You gonna put it on him here or what?
I promise you he's been trying to put it on me, man. There was a lot of pressure coming from that black number 2 car right there.
I think he's got more left, to be honest with you. He's being gentle. Holy shit, there's another clapper. How many clappers we got in this fucking race? 3?
I thought it was 2.
All 3 of them usually are in here.
Isn't there Kurt, Jason, and I see a Michael?
My goodness, you're right. I didn't even notice Michael. Hi, Michael.
Is he a real clapper or just a fake clapper?
I would say usually I race with Kurt the most and then Jason the second most. I don't think I've raced with Michael.
Oh, he's a fake clapper. But he's in 4th, so he might be a relative.
He's real fast. That's all that matters. So yeah, pitting there would have been a restart in 10th and basically dead meat. That's probably it for me for tonight, but I'll be in the NIS Daytona 500, the NIS fixed one tomorrow afternoon.
Make sure you're getting yourself something to drink.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'll be on the outside. You're the
I tried to shoot your friend request, but it wouldn't give me that option, so I sent you a message. Just shoot me one back.
Ah, right on. Yeah, I think I had to lock it down to like friends of friends or something. So yeah, I'll get you.
Been really good job, man. Give yourself another tug real quick. Pace car's off. Be ready. Green flag.
There we go. That was a good corner, good exit. Just cool down them tires under caution, get a good restart, and you just try to pull away.
Well, dude, what was that?
Caution, caution.
There's a yellow.
That was a dump.
Any feeling about the car at all? closed. Alright, you're going to have to come around the pace car. You're going to be lining up behind the 9.
We're not doing too good, boys.
Lining up behind the pace
I love
car.
eye pacing.
I was trying to get the points there for the old season championship.
Wide. Apologize my language, but you went so wide you left the door open. I'm sorry.
Bro, there was no door, man. I mean, you clearly ran me over.
Well, you better just watch the replay and take a look at it. You was so wide, seriously.
We're gonna have to take a look at
Get
it.
up here and pass. Come on.
Fight, 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 fight.
We got time. It looked to me like Kurt. Like he got into him and spun him. Hate to say it.
11. Get the lucky dog.
All right, so we're gonna have about 15 to go here.
Kenny, where the hell you at?
Back here in 8. That downshift screwed me.
I think we should be behind the 11.
That's back on the lead lap for Nicholas. Nicholas, I believe that puts you back on the lead lap, sir. Congratulations.
Well, I'm really glad that that caution came out because I only went a lap down and pitted because I had a piss.
But 40 lap newer tires than you guys, so let's see what's up.
10-4, driver, 10-4.
Oh, it's up. I hope we don't go green.
I have like 15 to go
Anyone got
here.
an eye on the truck race?
No, sir. And I'd actually prefer no spoilers if possible because I am recording it. I'm going to watch it after this is done.
Yeah, me too. Sorry. Bad call. Disregard, boy. Disregard.
Majeski wins. The pole, don't worry.
Heard old NASCAR gave the business to Joey Logano for his move last night. They're not happy tearing up shit. I hate to tell you boys, but Sunday's race is going to be a snooze fest until about 10 to go. NASCAR has told those guys, do not wreck shit.
Yeah, well, let me tell you how much of a shit show it is that they can't get parts. I lost my job because I was a steel fabricator for Stewart House for the last 5 years. And
Where I want to go. We are going to start on the outside here.
insane that they're even racing these cars right now because they cannot get parts for them.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies in the business. Where do you live, dude? I'm in Charlotte, basically, Monroe. If you work for them, you must live up this way.
I live in Locust.
I'm just gonna go to a drive-through since I'm so many laps down.
Pace car's off. Be ready. Green flag.
Good Lord.
Son of a bitch.
$14 to go.
Clapper, you better get some clapping, buddy. We're running out of line.
Slow one in front of you on the bottom.
Caution.
Caution. Debris.
He's definitely pulling me in right there.
Looks like he should be lining up behind us.
Yeah, he was getting close right there.
Line up behind the pace car. road will be open.
So Locust, that's about 20 minutes from the house. Mile Race Shop used to be in Locust. Midland, Locust, same old shit, I guess.
Yeah, Midland's about 8 minutes from here.
There's more costumes in this split than any of the other ones I've raced in.
And Wednesday still had him beat.
11 last night.
15. Got the lucky dog. Gonna have a lap.
It's going to be next flag ends it.
Behind the 15.
I gotta say, this restart business is a bunch of horse shit.
I mean,
Just the way these guys single file restarts, how everyone does what they do. I'm not taking anything against you, man. I'd probably have to do the same thing, but I just think it's bullshit. Everyone runs a hard line and dives down off trying to get a jump on a restart. Now,
that's what you earn when you get the lead.
no, I know. I'm not taking anything away from you. Like I said, I'd probably be doing the same thing. I just hate that that's how we have to do it in these cars.
There's something to marbles. It gets kind of slick.
When you're leading a race, you can do whatever the hell you want to. But everybody does the same shit, you know what I mean? Not just you. You know, if I was leading a race, I'd do whatever I could, but I think you ought to have to start sucking on the bottom, like normal.
What's funny about that is I love that about these cars. It's 1987 for reals.
With Lucky Dog.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is more fair, I think, because, you know, that's the positions we're in. I think that the 2x2 restarts are more entertaining, but I think that this is more, like, better in terms of the interest of fair competition.
The way everyone struggles with these cars, I don't think 2x2 is the way to restart them. But I just think you ought to have to stay towards, you know what I mean, the bottom of the racetrack. Everyone goes right up to the wall. They didn't used to do that shit.
Yes, they did.
Alright, I'm going on YouTube tonight and I'm going to watch some shit.
I mean, the only reason they might not have done it at Martinsville is because of the marbles, but I think they would have done it if they could.
In the interest of what you just said, I'm going to try the bottom.
Green, 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 green.
I don't think it makes much of a difference. Unless you want to-
That might be the race where we might get one more restart.
The road's closed. Line up behind the pace car.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of stuff in iRacing where, because of the number of races we won, we really optimized the meta better than they used to be able to do back in the day when computers weren't even a thing.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely correct, but I think in this class, the starting on the outside, that's exactly what happened back in the 90s. Early 90s, they all did that. In Martinsville, Darlington, single file restart, you're out on the outside getting that bitch wound up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess my point is where you take off.
5 to go.
That's my point. There's no way you can take off in the middle of 3 and 4.
Oh, now that I know they used to do. I remember Rusty getting black flag for a jump and a restart at Martinsville, but that was because he was a little bit earlier. But they used to have a pretty generous restart zone back before the Geico restart zone was a thing. Now, I do agree that, you know, like, I'd be okay with iRacing defining clearly a tighter restart box.
Yeah, the restart box on here is terrible. They definitely need to tighten it up because it is way too open to whatever the hell you want to do. I
mean, the place where I think we might actually get that fixed, like, is Phoenix, because Phoenix's restart zone is literally like half the lap.
Yeah, all right. That's my point right there. The restart box is what I'm bitching about. Not where you are on the racetrack, but the box.
Oh yeah, I think that's fair. And like I said, I think that because they did New Phoenix, and that just like broke the rule that they had been using, which is pace car entry to pit road, like that being the restart zone, they're going to have to implement something at some point because Phoenix's restart zone is just way too big. So I think that might come in a future update if I was reading tea leaves or anything like that. I have no insider knowledge on that. I'm just speculating on what would likely trigger that to be a higher priority fix for them. Or additional feature.
I can't wait for them to make the cones solid for April Fool's Day.
So we're going to get a one-lap shootout here. Also, sorry if I talk in like super literal stuff. I work in the software tech industry, so I tend to frame things with that kind of language and stuff. I don't know if it makes it more confusing or less confusing for people.
Better be the smartass than the dumbass.
Yes, sir.
That's a good point.
I'm curious if they're ever going to do the split roll here.
So 40 miles per hour.
All right, don't be stupid here, guys. We got one lap.
You ready? Coming to the white flag this time.
All right, let's finish this thing off.
You've got to be kidding me, dude. You tried it 3 laps in a row, and then you finally did it. Your ass is getting protested.
There's a clock, folks. Virtually.
Good win, y'all. Good race, Jason.
Wonderful, wonderful job, everybody.
Nice race, guys.
You whipped them today, man.
Jason, you really made me sweat a lot there, man. Good racing with you.
Yeah, that was fun pacing around.
Yeah, I wish we would have had more green, too. At least we had more green flag laps than the one I did on Wednesday. That was a good conversation, though, guys. I appreciate running with you.
Fun race, guys. If you want to see an interesting lap, watch my last 2 laps. That last lap was silly.
I'm off the air.
Go put the stuff on all teams in case folks are talking, but we're going to do a Polish victory lap here to celebrate. That'll actually be decent points. 2.2k strength of field. Shouldn't pay out too bad, I don't think. Yeah, got the win. Been a long time since I've won one at Martinsville. I think the last time I won it was in the ARCA car. Long time ago. It might have even been before I started streaming.
Would you get 2 4Xs for that?
Right? Let's go ahead and park it in the Martinsville victory lane area on the front straightaway here. First wins with the new podium gloves, too. Awesome stuff, guys. That feels good.
So far off.
Well, if you want to get fast, you'll run a different line.
I mean, I know you're defending your buddy, but dude, you just ran me the fuck over. I get it. I wasn't fast. I've let everyone go all race, and everyone heard it. But to run me over like that's just bullshit.
Let's go ahead and get this
79, you were up a groove, bud, and I just watched
as
it
the
again. I don't know what
YouTube
you
cover
want me to
here.
do. I rolled the corner in your upper groove, then you cut it coming off, which is dead wrong.
You had no room to get underneath me either way. I diamond the corner. You rolled the middle and just punted me because you got back to the gas. Like, you weren't going to turn underneath me either way. Okay?
Halsey, there's no way you did not diamond. I'm watching it right now. Lap 79. You did not diamond. You was wide.
Oh, we got tempers, guys.
It's your responsibility to make the pass clean. You didn't have enough room to turn underneath me. That's why you hit me. Again, I would have let you go. It's no problem, but you drove through me.
That's the whole field right there.
I don't drive through people like that. All you had to do, if you would have seen me there, you was on the outside. There was nothing I could do. And I apologize, but it happened.
Take a look at the seam on the racetrack. I still have my left side.
We'll get to it.
That. There's literally physically measurement. There's not enough room for you to fit underneath me. There's, even if I am up half a groove, there's still half a lane that you can't take, and you punted me. Again, I would have let you go. I knew you were quick. That's why I was trying to set you up for the exit so you could go, but you drove through me. Whether I was up or not, it's your responsibility to make the pass clean, and you drove through me. There was not enough room for your vehicle.
Well, next time you really
So
should
Michael
watch
just
and
kind of
don't
lost
use
on his
two
own right
grooves.
there.
Use one groove, please.
You're too wide with a guy behind me. I didn't think you'd be flying up in the middle.
Oh
of the
man,
corner.
that's a brutal looking
You were
hit.
already underneath another car. I didn't think you were going to come.
Lucky
flying
that
in
wasn't
there. I
worse
just
than it
taking
was
my
there.
Corner. Again, I'm not pissed. I was pissed at the time, but like, you gotta understand, like, it's your responsibility to pass me clean. I was trying to give you the setup for the exit of the corner, and you drove through me. And, even with the run you had, you didn't have enough room to fit underneath me. Either way.
Well, I hope we get to race again, Craig, because we'll give her another shot, and we'll try to pace you clean. So, have a good evening, my friend.
You too, buddy. Like I said, I'm not mad. It is what it is. What the 14 did to me at the end of the race is a totally different situation.
I can't even find where this caution
Have a good night,
happened.
dude.
Oh wait, am I on? Is it green right now or yellow? There's where the caution comes on. There it is. Skyler losing it on the restart. Right, I forgot that we had some of those. Actually, let me go. I usually like to get screenshots of all the cautions and moments for posterity whenever I get a win, because it's kind of fun. Lap 28. Trying to get there as soon as I can. I'm just trying to do this in an orderly manner. This is the 15. I know, the suspense is killing us on that one. All right, 37. I think I just heard it. There he is. This looks like he's going to get punted by the 11 here. Yep, a little bit of a pop. Dale versus Dale. Uh, 47. This is the 11. Oh, self spin. Wheel hop. We've been there before. Almost saves it. Restart lap 53. And there was caution basically immediately. I think I just heard it. Yep. This is actually the 7 car in the race, but it's the 8. Self spin. Okay. All right. Lap 59 is the restart. We get a few laps this time. And lap 63, we're under caution. It's the 8 again. Same spot. Poor dude. Or the 7. 7 or 8, whatever. Cody again. All right. Restart lap 68. Caution lap 73. I think I heard something. This is the 12. Oh boy, this is a lot of them. The 13 and the 14. 14 kind of sent it from a little far back there. If I'm being honest. And that causes a parking lot. Look at this. Goodness me. Whole bunch of them around. This car right here, this Ken Schrader car, looks real good, by the way. Props to whoever did that. Using the Ford Thunderbird body, it actually really looks like Illumina. Reminds me of that deal he had at North Wilkesboro with Spencer. Because that was the car that he was driving when he and Jimmy Spencer got into it. All right, here we go. This is the... let's see. Let's watch it from Kurt's perspective. And see what we think about this. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Kurt. No, I'm sorry, man. Here's the thing, is that hole's open here. Fine. You know, the hole's sort of open here. If you can get inside here, this is fair. If you can bring it to a stop and you don't slide up into the guy. Hole's sort of still open here, but you need to make sure you actually get your nose in to trigger the spotter. And then as we wind forward, you know, like at this point, the hole's open if you can fit the car in there, but you got to have the spotter triggered. I don't think that he's got enough on him to do that on corner exit, if I'm being honest. The one thing that I will say, though, as I'm looking at this more closely, is that the 10 car, doesn't feel like he's really leaving the door open, if I'm being, if I'm being real here from his perspective. It's a little bit high, but it doesn't really feel like the door's open. That's a fairly standard exit, maybe a little bit of a blip. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that, like looking at the replay, the door's not really open, and the 3 is never even really to the inside of him. He just kind of runs into the back part of the bumper. He's not there, and there's not a car with. He's not to the inside. So I like Kurt. I got a lot of respect for him. I think that he was in the wrong on this incident. It's a mistake. I don't think he meant to turn him, but I would, if we're going by the 100% fault rule, the infamous 100% fault rule, that's probably 100% 3. And I'm only bringing that up because, there was such a long discussion on that. We didn't go as detailed into some of the other wrecks. Those were pretty clear. Let's go lap 88. Little bump and run there. Is he 11 again? Oh, yep. Kind of got a little bit into the 19, but seems like he just kind of buzzed his tires, and there's another spinner off turn 4. Solo, which was a lot of them tonight. Lap 94. Oh, there, I heard it. Sort of saw it. That was the 6 getting hit by the 14. That 14 car looks cool. I'm not going to lie. That diehard car is cool looking race car. But, and it's the number 4 actually. The 14 is a custom number. That is a, man, that is a 10 out of 10 if I ever saw one. That thing looks cool. But this is, yeah, you just, if we go back to the restart, he gets a really good jump and gets under there, but he has to lift because the 6 doesn't get going very well. And at this point right here, if we go to the chopper or the blimp, you can see that he's not there. And as we wind it forward, if you're going to try to fit it into the inside, you have to make sure that the front of your car doesn't track up into the rear of the other guy's car. So that would be on this car right here. Let's go look at the last lap. Restart for me. Good restart. We're going to watch this first, come around here and get the win. And the checkered flag while they're all wrecking behind us back there. All right. And checker flag. I'll tell you what, Jason really made us sweat tonight, though. Good on him for that. Let's see. That's better. And TV3, yeah, it's fine. Same deal. So let's go back. And take a look at what's happening back here. Yeah, that's pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. That's a rough deal. Now the only thing would be is like, does this look early in terms of braking? So we get a solid restart here. He's got a good run. Actually, I don't know. That might be a little bit earlier on the brakes. The thing is you know, when you key over and block like that, you have to know that a shot's coming. Yeah, that I'd be mad, honestly. I'd be mad if that happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like that. The thing is that when you're so far down to the inside, you're putting yourself in a situation where you have to brake earlier. I think he's still, like, if we see where the nose dives here, it's like right here where the nose starts to dive, and you can see that, you know, that's like at the start of this Cup Series sign. If we watch just the car in front of him, now again, they're on the outside, but the thing is like, if you're going to throw this block, you have to know that you're going to dive it in deep. So you can see that this is where the 7 car, where this Miller car is braking, is about here. That's about right. And this guy all the way back here is braking at the same part. Now, you do have to brake earlier if you're down low, but when you make that move, you have to expect that the guy's going to push you for it, and it's almost a game of chicken at that point. Again, racing drivers need to take responsibility for the front end of their cars, but because you're taking, like, the lead car is taking such an unorthodox line to cover it off, it's just, I'm not saying that the trailing car isn't at fault. What I'm saying is that there's a lot that the lead car does here that puts him in a situation where this is likely to happen, if that makes sense. I actually don't know how we would flag that in race control. That would be a really long discussion, since it's not as clear-cut as some of the other ones where 100% fault would be assessed, you know. And again, the 100% rule that we have in the podium rebook currently, which we may be getting rid of that rule. I'm going to really take a look at it. But it doesn't have anything to do with intent. It's just, it's a responsibility thing, not an intent thing. So even though that was the one that the guy was more mad about, that one's honestly harder for me to call after looking at the evidence, because it's more complicated, if that makes sense. You guys in chat watching and anyone watching on YouTube who went this far, you know, comment down below in the comments of what you think. Do you guys want me to do more of this rec analysis stuff? You know, like, I think that I've got an interesting perspective, having done race control for a few races on iRacing and things like that. Just sort of, I don't know. I think it might be interesting to some of y'all to talk through the process of how we look at incidents from that perspective when trying to assess fault. It's definitely something where, you know, it's worth looking at the. I'm going to be looking at the rule book and trying to think. It's like, because it only invites controversy when you put a rule like that in there. At the end of the day, the thing is that we're starting to get criticized no matter what we do, because what we're trying to balance is the negative reaction that we're going to get when we make a call, when we're put in a position where we have to make a call where a lot of people are going to be unhappy, versus the negative response we get from drivers for not taking responsibility for cleaning up, trying to clean up the on-track racing and action. Guys really don't like racing in races that are full of wrecks, which is why we chose to implement a 100% fault rule and a strike system to at least have some manner of, discouraging people from racing in ways where it was likely to put other drivers at risk. We also don't want a ton of cautions and pacing, so having a penalty system in place that penalizes drivers for causing yellows, the hope with that is that we reduce the number of yellows. It was implemented back when we were running leagues and series and things like that, so it may not make sense for isolated events where you're not really having drivers, the same group of drivers, run against each other a bunch of times. Teaching them things race over race really isn't worth it when you put on 2 events a year. All stuff that I'll be thinking about as we look at the rule book, or as I look at the rule book this weekend. Not a great burnout, if I'm being honest. It could have been better. It's not the best, but car looks good in victory lane. That's all I know. Car was clean all race. We didn't have any contact all race, too. That always helps. All right. That was fun. Gotta win, guys. You'd love to see it. Let's see how many points we got. We came away with 137 points there, so I'm going to be hoping to drop that result, but 33 I rating, 137 points, that might be enough to help us out in the championship right now. I think that'll replace one of my other races. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate y'all. If you like the video, please do click that like button, hit subscribe, head over to twitch.tv/John Theodore Live. Click that heart to give me a follow. Thank you very much. Peace out.